Hello, my dear students. A very warm welcome to all of you in Sri Jayend Rank Zone. I am your friend and mentor for the subject Principles and Practices of Accounting. In this lecture, we will continue with Chapter 2, that is Accounting Process, and we will begin with Unit 3, that is Trial Balance. All the concepts will be covered in the coming series of lectures. So let's begin. Right now, this is Lecture 4 and we are beginning with trial balance. My dear students, let me introduce the topic to you. What is trial balance and what does it show? So, you should understand that in an accounting process, step 1 is journalizing. Step 2 is ledger posting. After this step, from the ledgers, we make what? We make trial balance. So, trial balance is a summary of all the ledger balances, and it shows what? It shows arithmetical accuracy. It shows arithmetical accuracy in the books of accounts. Arithmetical accuracy is also known as mathematical accuracy. That means accuracy in terms of totaling, totals. Let's continue. Preparation of trial balance is the third phase in the accounting process. After posting the accounts in the ledger, a statement is prepared to show what? Debit balances as well as credit balances of several accounts, such statement is known as statement of trial balance. It may also be prepared by listing each and every account and entering in separate columns in the total of debit side as well as credit side. Whichever way it is prepared, the total of two columns should agree. Should agree. An agreement indicates reasonable accuracy of accounting work, and if these two sides do not agree, that means what? You have an error. Which kind of error? Arithmetical error, calculation error, total error. Error in terms of calculation, error in terms of total, etc. I believe this is okay with you. Let's continue now. Meaning and purpose of trial balance. So, trial balance is a statement which lists down the debit as well as credit balances of all the accounts as at a particular date under separate columns. That means what? We have a debit column and we have a credit column. So, these two columns, that is the debit column and credit column, is separate. Let's try and understand the features of trial balance. A trial balance is a statement and it is not an account. Statement is a summary. Number two, the totals of all debit balances as well as credit balances should be what? Should be equal. Debit balances and credit balances should be equal. Next, it has two columns, that is one column is debit balance, another column is credit balance. This is amount column. These two are amounts column. In the third stage, it is a third stage of the accounting process. I think all of you are clear. The first stage is journalizing and the second stage is ledger posting. Trial balance can be prepared on any day. It shows the balances on that day. It is possible that you can prepare trial balance monthly. You can prepare it quarterly. You can prepare it semi-annually and so on. But generally, we prepare trial balance whenever we required or at the year end to save the time. Let's continue. Objectives and advantages of trial balance. So it is the third phase of accounting process, that is preparation of trial balance. So as I told you, it's a summary. It summarizes the ledger balance in 4 columns. The ledger itself may be referred only when further details are required. So what happens, students? Supposingly you had seen the trial balance and you understood that debtor balances is 1 lakh. Now you want to further investigate on this debtor. You should go where? You should go to step 2, that is ledger. This is known as backward integration. So we are on step 3 right now, that is trial balance. Step 3 is trial balance. We had seen debtors balances over here, or we had seen the creditor balances over here, 8 lakhs. Now we want to further investigate on debtor and creditor. We should go where? We should go to ledger accounts, that is step 2. It will serve as a check on arithmetical or mathematical accuracy. Since debit and credit totals must agree, it provides the basis of preparation of final accounts. Final accounts over here means P&L and balance sheet. My dear students, profit and loss account is also known as income statement, and balance sheet is known as statement of financial position. Let's continue. Source of trial balance. What is the source of trial balance? The source of trial balance is ledger accounts. The source of trial balance is ledger account, that is step 2, and trial balance is step 3. Let's see the limitations of trial balance. It may happen that after preparing of trial balance, still we have several errors. After preparing trial balance, still we have several errors. I'll quote some examples. Supposingly, there should be a journal entry or there should be a ledger posting which should be transferred from step 2 to step 3. That should be transferred from ledger to trial balance. You omitted the complete journal entry or you omitted the complete transaction from ledger to trial balance, step 3. In that case, still the total of trial balance will agree because there would be a missing figure on the debit side and there would also be a missing figure on the credit side. So in this case, it will still show that arithmetically total is correct, but there are some errors. Many a times it happens that you had written wrong amount. I'll quote an example over here. Supposingly, just see it over here. Recording of transaction as the wrong amount. You should record at 1000 rupees on the debit side and 1000 on the credit side. By mistake, you had recorded as 100 on the debit side and 100 on the credit side. You should understand that this total will still agree because you had recorded 100 and 100. So total will agree. First, complete omission of a transaction. Supposingly, you should debit and you should credit 200, 200. You completely omitted it. You forgot to record. In that case, what will happen? In that case, the arithmetical accuracy wise, the trial balance will still tally, but it doesn't mean that the trial balance is not containing any errors. So trial balance will still be containing errors, but that errors will not be there on the face of the trial balance. So let's continue. Debiting and crediting correctly in the ledger, but wrong account head. I'll quote an example over here, my dear students. Supposingly, you had purchased a machinery. The journal entry is machinery account debit, and you paid from bank 1 lakh, 1 lakh. Now, while recording in the trial balance, instead of writing machinery to bank, you had written expenses to bank. Expenses 1 lakh and bank 1 lakh. In that case, you should understand that instead of machinery, you had written what expenses, but trial balance will only check the amount column. It will not be corrected. So this would act as a limitation. The next error is very interesting, that is compensating errors. Compensating errors in the sense what? That you should, supposingly there is daters, you should debit daters by 100, you should debit dater by 1000, but instead of debiting it by 1000, you are debiting as 100. On the same line, you should credit the creditor by 1000, but by mistake you credited it by 100. You haven't done 1000 over here, you haven't done 1000 over here. Instead of 1000 on both the side, you have recorded 100. That means what? It is a compensating error. This error will compensate this error and the trial balance will tally. Trial balance will match. Is it fine with you? The limitations part on the trial balance, I believe it is clear. Let's see the format of trial balance. So methods of preparation of trial balance, my dear students, we have three methods. We have total method, we have balance method, and at last we have total and balance method. So method of preparation of trial balance. Trial balance may be prepared under several methods. The first method is total method. What is written in trial balance in case of total method? The total of debit side and the total of credit side of each ledger account is recorded in the trial balance. Let's see the remarks. Time taken to balance each ledger is saved and not useful for preparation of final accounts because you can't conclude anything by seeing the total. You cannot reach to any conclusion by looking at the totals of any account. My dear students, let me try to understand, let me try to guide you and make you understand this point. Supposingly this is ledger. On the debit side you had written this is sales. On debit side you had written 1000, you had written 2000, and on credit side you had written 100 and 200. In totals, while making the trial balance, what we will do, on the debit side, we will write 3000, this is 2000 plus 1000, and on the credit side, we will be writing 300 while making the trial balance. Is it clear to all of you? We'll see an illustration and you will be able to understand this. Don't worry. Let's move to balances method. Okay, so what is the benefit of it? This total method, the benefit? We should not be able to balance it. Otherwise, under the balance method, what should we do? We'll see in the balance method. Here, only the balance of each ledger account is recorded in the trial balance. Some accounts may have debit balance, while some accounts may have credit balance. Most popularly used method, this is the remarks, and since it helps the preparation of final accounts or financial statements. That is what? That is income statement and statement of financial position. Income statement and statement of financial position. Balance sheet, and this is P&L account. We should be transferring the balances. Just see in this example only. And over here, this total would be 3000. This total would be 3000. Now, 3000 minus 300 is 2700. We'll be transferring the balance only. That is 2700 to the trial balance. And this balance is not a credit balance. This is a debit balance. Over here, this is balancing figure on the credit side. So credit side balancing figure will denote what? Debit balance. Why? Because the total of debit balance is more, 3000. Let's continue. Totals and balance method. This is a combination of both the methods specified above. Both totals as well as balances are indicated in separate columns in the trial balance. It is not regularly used. So which is the best method that we use is method number 2, that is the balance method. Let's see the format of trial balance. We have particulars, ledger folio, debit amount and credit amount. See these notes. In column 1, the name of the ledger is given. It could be capital, it could be machinery, sales, purchases, cash, bank, expenses, rent, anything. In column 2, we have written ledger folio. So page number of the ledger is written over here to trace the transaction, to look back the transaction, to track the transaction. In column 3 and 4, we have debit amount and credit amount totals and balances. I believe you must have understood till here. Let's continue and see features of trial balance, that is debit total equal to credit total. The total of debit balances is equal to credit balances in a particular point of time. That means what? Whenever you are preparing the trial balance, the debit side total and credit side total should be equal. The balances are tallied, match this statement and assesses, checks whether the fundamental accounting equation is satisfied or not. Let's continue with point number 2. Both the totals match due to following reasons. What are the reasons? Trial balance is prepared based on ledger accounts, obviously, and entries are made in each ledger accounts based on the journal. So journal is step 1, ledger is step 2, and trial balance over here is step 3. So you can track the transaction. Tracking is possible. Each journal entry contains two aspects of equal amount. One could be a debit aspect, another could be a credit aspect. You should understand over here that double entry system means that there should be minimum two entries. One should be a debit entry and one should be a credit entry. Right? Minimum two. But it may also happen that there could be two debits and one credit, or two credit or one debit, or several debits and one credit, or several credit and one debit. It is possible. Hence, where there is a debit to a particular account for a specific amount, there will also be the credit of the same amount in another account. Obviously, so supposingly there is a entry purchase account debit to bank. Now we have purchases in the debit column and bank in the credit column of the trial balance. This leads to equality of debit balance and credit balance, obviously, because at last we are making total of debit side and credit side. Important notes: accounts will accounts with nil balances, that is zero balance, will not be shown in the trial balance. Why? Because there is no balance. So what you will show on the debit balance? A zero. So better not to show. All accounts with balances, whether it is real, personal or nominal account, will be shown in the trial balance. Students, I believe you know the meaning of real account, personal account and nominal accounts. The third point is accounts relating to assets, expenses, losses, drawings, cash have debit balances. We already know it. Accounts related to capital, loans and liabilities, incomes, gains have credit balances. Yes, incomes and gains, it's a nominal account. Nominal account. Liabilities we know and capital we understand. If the trial balance does not agree, that means what? You have arithmetical error. It may be tallied by transferring the difference of debit or credit side to which account? Suspense account. So for time being, it is not tallied right now. What we will be doing it, we will be transferring the difference amount to the suspense account. You should understand one thing, my dear students, that this suspense account is a temporary account and it will be closed at the end of the year. So it is just opened to make corrections in the trial balance. Okay. Such a trial balance may be called adjusted trial balance. I believe it is crystal clear to all of you. Let's continue now. Let us understand it by doing an illustration. Given below a ledger extract relating to business of X and company as on March 31st, 2010, you are required to prepare what? Prepare a trial balance by total amount method. So we'll be following the first method, that is the total method. We'll see the balance method later. Just see it over here, my dear students. This is cash account. Just see the debit side of the cash account. Just see the debit side of the cash account. Over here, if you could just see it, if you could total it, this will be 25 plus 10, 35 plus 500, 35, 500 on the debit side. On the credit side, This is balance carried down. So on the credit side, if you could just make a total on the credit side, so 3000 plus 2500 plus 21,000 plus 1,000 plus 500 will be equal to 28,000. This is balancing figure. We should ignore it because this is not considered in total method. This is considered in balances method. If you could just total the figure from here to here, it will be 28,000. Let's see the furniture part. This is 3,000. And over here, this is a closing balance. So we'll not consider that. Salaries, it would be 2,500. We will not be considering this in total method. Shyam's account will be 25,000 over here. And over here it is 21,000 plus 500, 21,500. Let's see the purchases account now. Purchases account, it would be 25,000 plus 1,000, that is 26,000. There would be no balance on the credit side. Purchases return, there would be no balance on the debit side, but on the credit side the balances would be 500. The next account is Ram account. It would be 30,000 on the debit side, and on the credit side it is 25,000 plus 100. We will be ignoring 4,900 for making totals by total method, by doing this by total method. In sales, we'll be ignoring 30,500 on the debit side, but over here the total would be 30,500. Let's see the sales return now. We will be ignoring this 100 on the credit side, but on the debit side we'll be recording 100 as sales return. Over here we'll be ignoring 9,500, but we will record 500 on the debit side and we will be recording 10,000 on the credit side while doing it by total method. I believe till here it is crystal clear. Let's try to solve it. First write the names. So we have cash account, furniture account, salaries account, Shyam's account. So cash account, it is 35,500 on the debit side, and on the credit side it would be 28,000. The second account is furniture account, 3,000 on the debit side, and there would be no entry on the credit side. The next is salaries account, 2,500 on the debit side and nothing would be on the credit side. Next is Shyam's account, 21,500 on the debit side and 25,000 on the credit side. After Shyam's account, we have purchases account, 26,000 on the debit side and nothing on the credit side. After return purchases, we have purchase return account. On the credit side, we have 500, nothing on the debit side. We'll be recording RAM account. On the debit side, we'll be writing 30,000. On the credit side, it would be 21,000, 25,100. Then sales account. Let's see the figures in sales account. On the credit side, it is 30,500. Then we have sales return and capital. In sales return, we have 100 on the debit side. In capital, we have 500 on the debit side. So we have sales return 100 and capital. Capital is 500 and 10,000 on the credit side. Just make a total of it. 35,500 plus 3,000 plus 2,500 plus 21,500 plus 26,000 plus 30,000 plus 100 plus 500 equals. Just cross check on the credit items. 28,000 plus 25,000 plus 500 plus 25,100 plus 30,500 plus 10,000. So it tallies. So it tallied well. Let's move to another topic now, and that is balance method. Let's see. In balance method, we'll not be seeing the totals, we'll be seeing only the balances. That means what? Under this method, every ledger account is balanced first. We had already balanced it. And those balances only are carry forward to trial balance. This method is commonly used by the accountants and helps in the preparation of financial statements, that is P&L and balance sheet. Financial statements are prepared on the basis of these balances of the ledger account. So this is very famous and preferable by the accountants. Preferable method. Let's see how many accounts we need to balance over here. We'll begin with cash account. Cash account, my dear students, cash account, the balancing figure, this balancing figure is on the credit side. That means what? It is a debit balance. This is a debit balance. Why debit balance? Because the debit side total is more. Because the total of debit side is more. The total of debit side is more as compared to totals of credit side. I believe it must be clear. So cash balance, debit side 7,500. Cash account, debit side 7,500. No entry on the credit side. Cash account is done. Furniture account. The balance is on credit side. That means what? This is also a debit balance. Salaries account. This is also a debit balance. So furniture account 3,000, salaries account 2,500. Shyam's account, this is the balance 3,500. This is on debit side. This means this is credit balance. This is on debit side. That means what? The credit total is more. So it is a credit balance. Shyam's account, credit balance 3,500. Let's see purchases account also. Purchases account, the balance is on credit side. That means what? It is debit balance. Shyam account, credit balance 3,500. Purchases account, debit balance 26,000. After purchases account, let's see purchases return account. So purchases return account, we have the balance on the debit side. This means this is a credit balance. Purchases return account, credit balance 500. And RAM account, this is debit balance 4,900. Purchase return account, credit balance, RAM account, debit balance 4,900. After RAM account, we have sales account. Now sales account, this is again credit balance. This is again credit balance. Sales account credit balance 30,500. Sales return account debit balance 100. Sales account 30,500 credit balance. Sales return account 100 on the debit side because it is a debit balance. After sales return, we have capital. Capital, this is credit balance because it is on the debit side. So this is credit balance 9,500. Let's make a total of debit and credit side, both the side. 7,500 plus 3,000 plus 2,500 plus 26,000 plus 4,900 plus 100 equals 44,000. Let's make the total on the credit side now. 3,500 plus 500 plus 30,500 plus 9,500 equals what? 44,000. I hope you understand this. I believe you understood this. Let's see the third method, and this is total and balance method. Under this method, the above two explained method are combined. That means method 1 plus method 2 equal to method 3 plus method 2 equal to method 3. Under this method, a statement of trial balance contains 7 columns instead of 5 because 2 additional columns is added. We'll be combining the balances of total method as well as we'll be combining the balances of balance method, and we'll try to continue this. We'll try to complete this account. First of all, do one thing, just copy these names, that is the ledger accounts: cash, furniture, salary, Shyam, purchases. So we have cash account, furniture account, we have salaries account, then we have Shyam account, we have purchases account, purchase return, Ram, sales, sales return, and capital. Then we have purchase return account, Ram account, sales return account, sales account, and at last we have capital account. Just interchange the number. Just try to club from method 1 and method 2. So this is method 2, that is balance method. Over here just write total method. This is method number 1 and this is method number 2. So we'll copy method number 2 first because it is nearby. 7,500, 3,000, 2,500. 7,500, 3,000, 2,500, and in Shyam we have 3,500. Purchases 26,000, purchases return 500. purchases 26,000, purchases return 500. Then we have RAM account 4900, sales 30500. Sales return we have 100 and capital 9,500. Students will make the total would be same 44,000, 44,000. On the same line of action, just try to make a totals of debit total and credit total over here. 35,500, 28,000. 35,500, 28,000. Furniture 3,000, salaries 2,500. Furniture 3,000, salaries 2,500. Shyam's account. Shyam 21,500 on the debit side and 25,000 on the credit side. Purchases account 26,000 on the debit side. Purchases return 500 on the credit side. Then Ram's account 30,000, 25,100. Sales account we have 30,500 on the credit side. Sales return we have 100, capital we have 500 and 10,000. If you will make the total of debit side, it will be same as before. This is 11910. And on the credit side it would be 11910. Students, I believe you must have understood this well. We had made trial balance by total method, then we had made trial balance by balance method, and at last we had made trial balance by total and balance method. Thank you. Thank you all of you. We'll be continuing in the coming series of lectures. Thank you so much.